Hey guys, today I want to talk about finding great doctors and great dentists in the Philippines. Is it easy to find them? Well, in the case of dentists, no, it's not. Not every dentist over here is a great dentist. Just because you walk in their office, actually most of them, from what I've seen around my area, they're not really that great of a dentist. If you want to find a great dentist or a great doctor, go to the teaching hospitals. That's the place where you're going to find a great dentist or a great doctor. You go to like I've talked about this before, De La Salle University Hospital. But you can also go to other places if you're up in Manila, St. Luke's. But also shop around. If you're in a big city, usually there's plenty of nice hospitals around. And then go to the teaching hospitals if you can. If there is no teaching hospitals like a university, then go to a really good hospital and see what they're like there. Try to find a doctor you feel comfortable with. The first doctor you come upon might not be your type of doctor. It might take several times for you to figure out, you know what, I need a different doctor. The doctor I went to first here, outside of the VA I'm talking about, the doctor I first went to here was at MedTech, Health Med. And at Health Med, she was a really nice lady, and I really enjoyed talking to her, and the knowledge that she had was really, really good. She was quick, she was efficient, and she didn't waste my time. And she asked me the questions that needed to be asked, and she gave me the medicines I needed right away. And I was really happy with that, because usually I go to a doctor and they really don't want to see you, but they try to go through the, asking you the questions, but they really don't want you there. They're just trying to make up some time so they can charge you or whatever. Well, this lady here, the great thing about her is every time I go in there, it's 300 pesos, $6. And with that price, you really can't go wrong. Now, are all doctors here $6? No, that's an MD. It's a regular doctor, okay? Now, I've gone to dermatologists. They charge me 750 pesos. That's about $15, about 15 US. Okay, they charge me about that. And you know what? I'm usually in there with her for about 2 to 3 hours, believe it or not. She likes, my dermatologist loves to chat. She loves to talk, and I'm always afraid to ask her one question because it goes into another 20 minutes conversation, because she's also a teacher. So she's in that habit of when somebody asks a question, she has to really get into it. She really has to cover everything to let you know what's going on. She's got that teaching mentality in her head, and it takes up a lot of your time. And although I like her and I love her as a doctor, she does waste a lot of my time. And also, when you go to get an appointment, sometimes you have to sit and wait, because you sign on a chart when you get there in the morning, and you get there first thing in the morning. They might not see you till 1:30 sometimes. Now, some doctors here do appointments, but a lot of them don't. A lot of the dentists do, because they have to do certain dental work or what have you. I've got an excellent dentist at De La Salle University Hospital. Both of my dentists there are really good. They're a husband and wife team, and I really love both of them. Both of them are really good people. And as I've told you guys before, I went to a dentist here before, in Tracy Martirez here, and the lady told me I had 8 cavities, and I found out later on when I went to the other dentist that I didn't. And I knew I didn't, because I just had my teeth checked before I got here. So I knew the lady was trying to scam me out of some money, but she was willing to drill 8 teeth that had no damage. She was going to drill 8 teeth, and that's what bothered me. And I probably should have turned her in or whatever, but you know what? I mean, she has to live with that, not me. So I mean, but be careful out there when you're trying to find somebody. Check their credentials. Ask other people. Ask around town for a good doctor. Talk to other expats around you. See where they'll recommend you to go. When you come to Tracy, first doctor I'll tell you to go to is Health Med. Because she's such a great doctor. Now, my VA doctor is phenomenal. I love my VA doctor. She's a great doctor. I love her to pieces. She's just a wonderful person. She takes care of me really well. She does all the checkups. She covers everything. We go over everything. And she's kind of become like a friend of mine too. So that's an added bonus. And I try to get friendly with everybody, But, when you're out there and you're searching, be sure you talk to your dentist. Talk to your doctor. Get friendly with them and be, get close to them. Because a lot of these people, you know what? A lot of people are kind of fearful of becoming friends with doctors and dentists and stuff like that. I think because back in the States, a lot of the doctors and dentists are very wealthy, and they kind of tend to talk to you from up here. Some of them. Now, the doctors I had back home, most of them were pretty down to earth, but a few of them, every once in a while I'd meet one, and if they were a specialist or something, they were making really, really good money, and they kind of look down upon you. And I've never had that happen here too much. You know, most of the doctors and dentists here are pretty down to earth people, good people. And I've been, you know, I went to see an orthopedic doctor for my boy one time, and he was supposed to rewrap his arm. He broke his arm. The doctor charged me $5,000 for a 5-minute visit, okay? Which should have been probably like $500 or $750. That should have been the charge. But because he saw me, he overcharged me. I'm not saying all doctors are like that, because they're not, but some of them are. And if you go to these bigger hospitals, you're less likely to get ripped off by people like that, especially going to like De La Salle University Hospital or St. Luke's or whatever. You're actually less likely to get ripped off or scammed or what have you. So when you're out and you're looking, talk to people. Get to know your doctors. If you have a heart doctor, make sure you feel comfortable with that guy. If you don't feel comfortable with that guy, go see somebody else. Don't fart around with people like that. You know, just don't. It's not worth your effort. It's not worth your time. So, you know, like with that dentist that ripped me off, I'll never go there again. In fact, she has a bad name now. Because when people in our area tell me that they're thinking about going to the dentist down the street, I tell them no. And I tell them why. And, you know, that's all you need to know is that lady might drill 8 teeth that don't have any cavities. You know? I mean, that's like going into a doctor and telling them that they need to amputate your arm or something like that. I mean, it's not to that extent, but I mean, you know what I'm saying. I mean, to drill eight clean teeth that don't have any cavities just because you want to make some money, you know? But I mean, it's pathetic what some doctors will do over here and dentists will do over here, you know? And it's not like that just here. It's also like that back in the States. My father gets scammed back home one time by a dentist. Told him he needed all kinds of work. He went to see another dentist. The other dentist told him, Joe, he says, your teeth, they're fine. There's nothing wrong. He says, I'll call the other dentist myself and tell him there's nothing wrong. I don't know why you're telling him he needs to have all this work done. So be careful who you go to. You know, it's not just here. It's also back in the States. You know, so I don't want to paint people over here with a broad brush and say, well, they're all scam artists or not. No, they're not. The majority of doctors over here are good, decent doctors. But every so often you run into one of those doctors that's just not good. And you know it. And once you meet that person, just get up, pay them, and walk out. And just say, you know what? I know what you're giving me is a bunch of baloney. You're a liar or whatever. Let them know. You know, you have to stand up for your rights sometimes to let these people know. But, you know, be sure to check at the universities, university hospitals. The better, more well-known, cleaner hospitals are the places you want to look at, the bigger hospitals. There's some pretty filthy hospitals around here that are not decent hospitals. Stay away from those ones. Stay away from the public hospitals, places like that. You don't want that. You're not going to get good service there. You're not going to get good doctors. University hospitals, you're more likely to get treated better and get top-of-the-line service there. And that's what you want, is top-of-the-line service. But make sure you have top-of-the-line insurance, too, that's going to cover it. And I always recommend Pacific Cross over here because Pacific Cross will pay, but there are other places out there that will pay too. And also make sure you have your emergency fund. That's something that's very well needed over here, and everybody should have an emergency fund. God bless, guys. Take care.